Alrighty. Now you've watched lesson 1 and you're very comfortable holding your bow. You could do this no problem all by itself. Then you're also very comfortable holding your viola and you're looking like this. Okay, look in a mirror. Make sure that your form is good. We like good form. Nice bow grip. Holding the viola nicely with good form. Okay, now we're going to do both together. Okay, so I'm in rest position, right? I got my good stance. First, second, I'm able to do this really comfortably with one hand. And now you're able to just get your bow grip set. You know, you can go from this to that. You're getting used to doing that. You can practice all of this on your own. You can even set your bow on the floor and just pick it up, you know, with the correct bow grip with the fingers in the right spot. So now we're ready to do both together. And we're going to get our viola in correct position. We're feeling good. It's really on that shoulder and we're happy and comfortable holding our bow and our wrist is relaxed. Okay. So now we're going to put the bow on the string. So you've learned the name of the strings. Let's put the bow on the D string, this guy right here. Okay. So here are the rules. We've got our fingerboard. Here's one end of the fingerboard and here's our bridge. We're going to go right in the center of the bridge and the fingerboard. That's where you're going to bow. Okay, and you got to pretend that there's a line, like an imaginary line that goes through the bridge. Okay, pretend there's a line there. Your bow needs to be centered between the bridge and the fingerboard, and it needs to be straight with that imaginary line through the bridge. Can't do that. Good. Not good. Okay, these are the rules. So I'm in position. I'm holding my bow grip. I'm feeling good. I'm going to take my bow and at the frog part of the bow, I'm going to put the bow on the string, the A string, dead center between the bridge and the fingerboard. You see that? Okay, that's what you want to look like when you're starting. Now we're going to go from the frog, we're going to bow to the tip. Check this out. When you get to the tip, this is what you want to look like. So you can start to look at the shape, look at my arm, and look at my viola, and look at the bow, look at the shape. It kind of is like a half circle, you know? Now we're going to go from the tip to the frog. The whole time you've got to keep your bow straight with that line between the bridge. You can't do this, you can't do that, and you can't let your bow slide over the fingerboard or slide over to the bridge. You got to be dead center between the bridge and the fingerboard and parallel with the bridge, that line through the bridge. Let's do some basic bowing together. Bow, D string at the frog. This is what you should look like when you start. Now we're going to go from the frog to the tip and we call this down bow. Freeze, stop, take a look. If your bow's doing this, straighten it out. If it's doing that, straighten it out. It's not magic. I'm just looking and I'm using my bridge and my fingerboard as my guide, as my parameters of where I need to be. Okay, now I'm going to go from the tip to the frog on the D string. We call this up bow. Freeze, pause, take a look. Is your bow between the bridge and the fingerboard? Is it here? Is it there? Just lift it and get it in the right spot. Now I'm going to go back to the tip. Take a look. If your bow's doing this, just fix it. Now the key is your whole right arm needs to be relaxed like this. If you imagine a rope coming down, like a string coming down, and you could set your wrist through it and set it in there and it would just hang. And the same thing underneath your arm here. And you let your arm, this is what you want your arm to look like. Don't do this. Lots of students want to do that. Don't do it. Don't do this. And don't lock your wrist. The actual motion is this. See my wrist come in towards my nose? See it go out? Coming up bow, in towards my nose, going down bow. This is the motion. Let's get our viola set. Let's get a nice bow grip. And here we go. We're going to put the bow on the string, D string, between the bridge and the fingerboard. Okay, I'm looking at my right arm, which is going to be our bow arm. Shoulders relaxed, elbows relaxed. Watch my wrist in this, in the bow arm. D string. Stop. This is what you should look like at the end of a down bow. You're at the tip, right? If your bow's not straight, correct it. Pause, unpause. Pause. Check in on your right arm. Is the shoulder down? Is your elbow hanging? Is your arm relaxed? Okay, look at the wrist. When you're at the frog, you've just completed an up bow. This is what your wrist should look like. Now watch it go out on the down bow. Watch it come in my wrist on the up bow. Once you're feeling good about that, you can try other strings. Go nice and slow. Do not try to play fast. Take your time. You might need to do this a few different times to kind of get the hang of it. It's a little awkward at first, but you'll get it. Now I'm going to play on the A string. You can pause at any moment and check on all your spots. Shoulders down, bow's looking good. Oh, look what I did. Just fix it. Put the bow in the right spot and straighten it out. Uh-oh. Yeah. Now you know how to bow. Then you can give me 4 Ds just by itself. So you're... Stop and then try to give 4 A's with a real nice straight bow. And if something doesn't work out right, just stop and reset. Now you're working on your bowing and you're doing a great job.